Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. This is the kitchen table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake, and of course David Penderloughlin on my right, our producer, making sure all the cables and the ones and the zeros bring us to you to stretch this kitchen table all the way here from Bellingham in the most northwest corner, the most northwest state in the lower 48. That's Bellingham, Washington. This kitchen table is stretching all the way across the country and across the entire world. We never know who's going to join us, and we're always happy to have anyone who comes by. We have a great show because I know we're going to have our guest, our good friend down there from Lafayette, Louisiana. Cedric Watson is going to be joining us in a little bit. So thrilled to be hearing his music again. And as always, before we get rolling, we got to light some candles because we started this in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic. There's been a lot of death. And we're going to light a candle for all the people, all the lives that have been lost. And I lost a friend this last week to COVID too, so it's a special week for me. We'll talk more about him next week. And we're going to light a candle to everybody who's suffering, everybody who's lost a friend, a family member, a neighbor, everybody who's known somebody who's suffering financially, emotionally from the loneliness. Light a candle for the suffering. And of course, we always light this third candle here for gratitude, because though much is wrong, we still like to focus on what we can be grateful for, and we have hope for better days to come, perhaps even this summer. A bit of fun and frolic and wildness. There's a lack of wildness. Life is so much more slow now that we're at home all the time. But hey, as we've been saying for a year now, distancing is mandatory, but suffering is optional. So we're going to have a good time here, and I hope that some people out there are joining us in our 2-week now tradition of sharing a drink together. And somebody suggested we have a Sazerac, as Cedric is from Louisiana, and a Sazerac is a New Orleans drink. We should have made it a... Well, we could still make it a Cedric Sazerac, except I forgot to tell Cedric about the drink. So I'm not sure what he's drinking down there. He'll let us know later on, but I poured one for you in this drink. And I've got one for me here. This is a Cedric Sarazin Sazerac here in March. All the best to everybody here at the kitchen table. And in my rehearsing this week, I got to play this song here from the great Andrew Calhoun. One of my favorite songwriters. I love your letters more than a blank page. For my age, say a lot, but not my best. I try to get each now and then, each blessing for God. I love your cards so carefully handpicked. Pictures tell secrets the artists don't know. From near, from far, question and answer, the dove and the dancer, the give and the go. I love your body, its turns and its phrases, edges and dishes, swallowing ways and good. It's so easy, season of mystery, unscripted history, a prayer if you please. I love how I know you love how you know me. Body below, water above, the wild world below you, preciously churning, changing this urine to the breast of a dove. I love your letters. Say a lot, not my betters. I try to get each now and then, each blessing for God. Once again, what's becoming a little bit of a tradition is that during Stump the Band, and if you're a new viewer towards the end of the show, somebody calls in with requests and attempts to stump the band, and sometimes the band does better than others. For 2 weeks in a row, I feel a little guilty about what I've done with the request, so I went back to the text so I could do justice to this song here that I should have been able to do justice to, but I just gave a stab at before. But that's the way that you know it's not contrived. You know that it's really live, that the people calling in are really requesting things that I have not had a chance to brush up on. But living this close to Canada and being a folk singer, I should have been able to, with a little bit more strength, sing. Think I'll go up to Alberta, weather's good there in the fall. This Pete I could be working for. Oh, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through this 100 times more. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high. All these things never change. Come with me. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, things are looking good. You could join me if I send you down the fair. Oh, but then it would be winter, nothing much for you to do, and those winds sure blow cold down there. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high. All these things never change. Come with me. If the good times are all gone and I'm bound for moving on, I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Ian Tyson, 4 Strong Winds, the unofficial song of Canada. And somehow Valentine's Day came and went, and we didn't do this one. I don't know how that happened. We were caught up in a crowd of drunk lovers, I guess. It's been a little while since I've done this one, but it just seems like a good time to send it out to everybody out there who's been living a year with their loved one. Close quarters. No guests. Alright. Couples eating dinner with a couple of arms around each other. In bars and in parks, you can find couples pushing shopping carts. Invited to events as a twosome, housed in houses, communes, apartments, condominiums. couples talk openly to each other. They tell each other things friends told them in confidence. It's understood that you can say anything in a couple. A couple of beers, a couple of teachers, all got together in the evening. Broke into couples. They got secrets that they share. Nobody knew that a couple of hippies were really a couple of heirs. Couples get in fights and couples work things out. Some couples with counseling will tell you this would be in the couple it is all about. Couples get together with other couples and they say, "Hi, how are you? How long have you two been?" Summer concerts in the park, passing groups invisible by two. It's true. Old couples go home early. Young couples, they stay out long after dark. To do what? To listen to the light. To listen to the light. Listen to the light, and that's right, that's what the couples do. They go home, but you don't go home anymore because you're already home. You just maybe retired to the living room after dinner and you throw on Van Morrison St. Dominic's preview. Over to the end of side A, you got Listen to the Lion, arguably the best track. Oh, some people say almost Independence Day, end of side B is superior. But I didn't come to fight, I didn't come to argue, I came to sing and to celebrate and to sing. So listen to the light. Listen to the light. A couple of tickets can be cheaper than two, but like a Noah's Ark, what we're here to do. Get in the couple if they like one, get in the fight, get short tongue. Work it out what you ought to do. A couple makes a kid, the kid gets coupled up too. Couples. They switch it up. Couples fall apart. Bad luck. Some couples stick to the guns. Some couples are in for the bucks. Maybe just a couple of singles went out to dance. They met a couple of dancers and then took a chance. Somebody got out the credit card at the end of the night and everybody walked away in a brand new couple. And you notice that if you're of a certain age, like maybe sort of between the ages of 20 and 27, COVID doesn't matter anymore. You know, even when we're locked down here in Bellingham, we made it to phase 2. Unless you're between the ages of 20 and 27, which means game on. Which I'm noticing when I look around town and I'm thinking, hold on, can we just hold on a couple more months? Hold on, it's getting hard for everybody. Can we just hold on a little bit more, a little bit longer, get those vaccines running around before we all start running around with each other? Come on now, gotta hold on. Couple met at the bar, they're walking home together. Couple in COVID, they shouldn't even be together. They're singing do 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 shots gets the night started. A couple condoms used when the couple parted. A couple of aspirin to ease the pain, can put the bed back to sleep again. A couple more hours ought to do their task. A couple of kisses makes the moment last. Next day got a couple things to do. Send a text message, I have been thinking about you. Like this, someone asks how long since you two kissed. You tell a friend, she tells her better half. Don't tell him, both of you laugh. Last name's dropped and nearly forgotten. First names get an and between them. I'll stop now. Nothing from this. Go on forever. Alright, back in the saddle with couples. It's been a while, geez, to play that song after a year of COVID. And there's images of people out in the world. We're not out in the world anymore. We're in our inner world. We spent a year in our inner world. How's your inner world? Hey, distancing is mandatory, but suffering is optional. So we are celebrating with the Cedric, Sarazin, Sazerac right here, right now. Hope you're celebrating with something in your jar as well. And it being that time, it's the third song check-in. Let's just check in with each other. Let's see what's going on. Welcome, everybody. If you have not yet said where you're listening in from, please do put in the comments where you're listening in from, whether it's Buffalo or Alabama Hill or Kirkland or wherever you may be. Write in the comments where you're listening in from. We've got Cedric Watson coming up in a little bit. Really looking forward to hearing and catching up with our friend Cedric all the way from Louisiana. And if you're watching, and you are watching because you're here with me now and you're hearing this, please push share in the bottom of your screen. There's a place where you can share, and then the signal goes out on your screen, and that means your friends, it'll pop up on your feed, means it goes to their feed, something like that. We don't really understand how it all works, but we know that if you push share, some friend of yours is home right now scrolling on their phone, bored, perhaps feeling a little bit isolated in these times, and maybe they'll come across this show, and maybe this show will help them feel a little more connected with the world around them. They'll see that you're watching, and in the words of the Beach Boys, wouldn't it be nice? So please do share, and if there's somebody in particular who you think would enjoy this show, maybe somebody out there not really into singer-songwriters but loves the music of Cedric Watson, well, you can share with them right now because Cedric's coming on pretty soon. And yeah, you do the little circle and sign and Cedric's and their name in the comments, and then the feed goes right directly to them. Somehow, I don't understand it all. David understands a lot more than me. David, what's the words in comment land? Anything we should know?
Yeah, well, the regular crowd's all here,
Good.
plus some.
Good.
And, well, the one thing that stands out right off the top is that a Derek Cusick is watching from Dublin, Ireland.
Lovely.
He says he needs to crash soon, but needed to catch some Bob to end my weekend in joy.
Thank you, brother.
And he'd like to know if there's any chance he could get a Bob Marley song. Johnny Was, or Redemption song, perhaps?
Next week. Let's do a little, well, not next week. We're going deep into the Irish Canyon next week, and then we are taking a few weeks off. But consider the request documented. I would love to sing a Bob Marley song. I don't know which one. I'll think about that.
And looks like Bill Jones is here all the way from Edgewater, New Jersey.
Wild Bill Jones, welcome to the show. I should do that too. I love that song. That was, I think it might be the death of Wild Bill Jones. That would be the death of. What tune am I thinking of? Anybody out there in comment?
Yeah,
Wild Bill Jones. Great peppy little tune, you know.
We also have Laura Tasker from Willamina, Oregon.
Ah, no night is ever finer than a night in Willamina. Maybe by December we can get back to Willamina. We'll just have to wait and see. Very cool, very cool. For those of you who followed some of the comments last week, a long-time dedicated listener, Stephen Cathy, wrote in and said that 40 years ago, I think it was 40 years, well, 1973 to 2001, so not exactly 40 years, but in that ballpark, 43 years, I suppose. Somebody help me out here with the math. I'm losing
that's 38 years.
Thank you. 38 years ago, last week exactly, Steve Wilson was watching The Grateful Dead. That was his first Grateful Dead show. And to that date, I guess was March 3rd, 73, there's a famous Grateful Dead show at SLC. That's Salt Lake or something, but I don't think it's Salt Lake. It must be in Ohio if Steve was watching it. But in honor of Steve and in honor of all the Deadheads the Deadheads who know they're Deadheads and the Deadheads who don't know they're Deadheads. I'm a Deadhead. I'm an aspiring Deadhead. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. Some it comes very easily. Some it's coming difficult to me, but I'm giving it a go. But love Steve Wilson and love the fact that he was remembering that exactly to the date that he was watching the kitchen table when something like 37 years ago he was watching his first Grateful Dead show. So I thought I would learn a song from that very famous Grateful Dead concert at Salt SLC. Somebody in the comments fill me in here. There's got to be a Grateful Dead head watching. There always is one in the room who knows the details. Julie catch a rabbit by his hair. Come back stepping like to walk on air. Get back home where you belong. You should come around here no more. Hang your head, let the two-time roll. Rice shack nailed to a pine wood floor. That's the time, maybe I don't know. Should come around here no more. I said roll, Jimmy roll. Gonna get there, I don't know. Seems a common way it goes. I said roll. Here's $50 if you dare. Double twist when you hit the air. Look at you down below. Let me do the side door. I said roll, Jimmy roll. Get there, I don't know. Seems to come on, way it goes. I said roll, 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 roll. Hey! Broken heart doesn't feel so bad. Ain't got half of what you thought you had. Rock your baby to and fro, not too fast and not too slow. That's the way it's been in town. Ever since I tore the jukebox down. Two-bit piece don't buy no more. Sending out to Steve Wilson. And I did the math in my head there. That's 47 years. So I can walk and chew gum at the same time, play guitar, remember some of the lyrics, and do the mathematics. Or as they would call in Ireland, the maths. Isn't that funny? Derek from Ireland, from Dublin, carts in and says, could you do some Bob Marley? I said, well, I can't next week because I'm doing all Irish songs. Well, that's because we're coming to St. Patrick's Day. And of course, let you know, on St. Patrick's Day between 5 and 8, we will be doing our version of St. Patrick's Day, which is, of course, a set list including the Clancy Brothers, the Dubliners, Planksty, a little Peckerdun, and a few of the real old ones. So we're looking forward to celebrating St. Patrick's Day with you in our way that we never would have imagined, except that we already done it once that way. So we're one St. Patrick's Day show online, which means no drinking and driving. That's the plus of that, because we're all at home already. Anything we need to know from comment land?
So, yeah, the math has been done, and there is consensus. Steve says Salt Lake City, 228.73. It included a freshly penned Row Jimmy.
Okay.
Gracias, Robert Blake.
And also, I learned this from Kevin Nelson, who knows a thing or two about the Grateful Dead, especially in 73 or 74. That was the one drummer era. That is one of the very few songs where Jerry plays slide. Although, at Salt Lake City, he did not play slide. So, I'll have to ask Steve later on what he was doing in Salt Lake City. That is an interesting situation for a man from Ohio to end up in Salt Lake City. I've already talked about the fact that I ended up in Salt Lake City once on my way to a gig in Idaho from Philadelphia. The flight ended in Salt Lake City, and I hitchhiked the rest of the way. Happened to be the Olympics, and that's when I ended up playing for my supper at a vegan restaurant when Moby, the pop star, came in. Still have not listened to Moby. And, of course, I saw the band Cake. What a great band. Woo! Anything else we need to know in comment land? This Cedric Sazerac has got me all kinds of happy.
Well, I was getting nervous, but we can relax. Bellingham has finally arrived, and he's sorry he's late.
Yeah, geez, man, we were worried. I was flipping through the notebooks this past week, and I found this work in progress that I thought, well, can't imagine a better week to try it out. So we're out of the notebooks here. If we get to Louisiana, things will be better. If we get to Louisiana, things will be fine. If we make it down to Lafayette, drink my fill and cool my jets. It's Louisiana, things will be fine. I love San Francisco, it's true. I love San Francisco for you. Pastel sides, easy on the eyes, ocean blowing through. I love San Francisco for you. I've always smiled in Baton Rouge, low light dancing to the blues. Everyone loves New Orleans, make the make see the sea. But I always prefer Baton Rouge. Your body's been cold since the day that it was born. The rain in the Pacific West sends you low like all the rest. To dream of places where it's warm. Forget Louisiana, things will be fine. If we get to Louisiana, things will be fine. If we make it down to Lafayette, drink my fill and cool my jet. If we get to Louisiana, things will be better. Fresh out of the notebook there, something I stumbled across. I thought, hey, bringing on Cedric Watson, I'll do a song about Louisiana. And hey, should we bring on Cedric or do one more? What does our timing look like? We have Cedric in the house?
Currently 5:34 Pacific Standard Time.
Let's do one more blasting over here. Give Cedric a little bit of a heads up. And I can't think of any better way to give him a heads up than play a little bit of Rock and Roll Dream for our friend Cedric Watson. He's coming in after this song all the way from Louisiana. I think he's somewhere near Lafayette, but I don't really know. He's going to have to let us know. And it starts out with a poster. Bob Marley to Spliff, also for Derek if he's still listening in Dublin. You need to talk, get a guitar when you get older. You start building your own myth. Baffled in Cleveland, they're exhausted from the heat. And a record on the highway, biggest mess you've ever seen. Bass player met a girl in Toledo the night the drummer broke his hand. The fiddle player was pretty convinced she was gonna quit the band. Well, the basement show went off that night and it brought the whole house down. There's no pride like a pride in the eyes who doesn't make it in the underground. But they look like a bunch of failures on the floor of broken knees. I could tell they were living the rock and roll dream. Tour ended in New Jersey. I was beat and I was tired. The band was drinking Mad Dog 2020s and they were wired. Maybe Bill Jones was there, I don't know. The heckles worse, they patronized. I couldn't take another blow. The time I ever told anyone, get out of my show. Who has a star and roll in your rock and roll dream. And it starts out with a poster. John Lennon wearing shades. You get a gig when you get older. Weaving cares about getting paid. When he met her, there was no match for her. He ran around and left her. Love was not what he was after. Didn't want to leave a wife at home, ruin her life as well. Fire in the hearth, a baby on the rug was a show you never can tell. Mouse, Northern California too. Although it's easy, goodbye's hard unless you love the road. This ain't my first rodeo, Bill Davis on the jukebox keys. Get up stars, don't have to let them forget who has a star and roll in your rocky and roll train. Sitting around Boundary Bay on a Tuesday night, the bands are back from battle, swapping stories of the fight. Down, we didn't make any money. No one came to that show. The old guys got to sing old stories. The young guys always glow. The band in the corner, they play here every week. The drummer gets so drunk, so stoned, that he can't play or whenever he gets the chorus, we all sing along, 'cause we all know what it means. We all just want another chance to rock and roll the dream. Yeah! Starts out with a poster, one more than the slip. Get it tall when you get older, and hanging on to that old day. Wow, thank you very much for being here at the kitchen table. And forgot to mention that the third song, check-in, please do put some money in that digital tip jar. We're going to be spending that money ourselves, and we're going to be sending that money in a digital bag of digital cash all the way down to Louisiana for Cedric as well. So please put some money in the tip jar. We're going to spread it around between all of us. And hey, everybody, please make him feel welcome here at the kitchen table. That's my friend Cedric Watson coming in there all the way from Louisiana. And if I put my earpiece in, we can actually hear each other.
Thank y'all.
How you doing, my friend?
Doing good, man. Good.
Are you still?
Have a earpiece going on or nothing tonight, but
okay.
You know, at least it'll work out. We'll still be able to talk. And
I hear you. You hear me?
Yeah.
We're happy.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. A year of staying home. But it's all right, you know. We've started doing this every Sunday. We took a couple months off in August and September, but this show has kept me sane. And so I really appreciate the chance to catch up with other people and such as yourself. Are you still somewhere near Lafayette?
Yeah, I live about 15 minutes at the most from Lafayette, out in an area called Parks, Louisiana, Bro Bridge, in that area. And it's out in the country, you know.
Yeah. And you've probably stayed home more this year than you ever have in your life.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, really I move around still because the things that I like to do, you know, other than traveling and playing music, you know, the things I like to do, like fishing and things like that, I still have a lot of activity going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm raising my little baby daughter. I got sole custody of her, so.
Oh, wow.
I've been raising her, and then of course playing music whenever I can because I happen to be with her all the time. So what makes it really the hardest part is the not traveling part is, you know, if you're raising a kid like the way I'm doing, it's like you have to come up with how can I or when can I work or when can I do something to make the money to pay the bills. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, it happens that things like this, you know, thank God that a lot of people that organize festivals all over the states and the world, they decided, you know what? Well, we're gonna do it this way. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Well, that's wonderful, man. That sounds like you're keeping your spirits up in this strange time, and that's a big part of the battle. And What's the weather like down there? Make us feel a little jealous.
Man, it's beautiful, but we're coming out of freezing. I mean, Mardi Gras, I was standing out in snow and like playing bagpipes in my driveway.
Today?
That was our Mardi Gras. Everything was
Uh-huh.
dead. I mean, no one was driving because the
Yeah,
roads were
right.
just like frozen. And
Wow.
but for Louisiana, that's crazy. I feel sorry for the alligators.
Yeah. Are they getting frozen?
They all right. 'Cause I was just out in the swamp the other day. I've been this week. I went out there 3 times, Lake Martin, and I saw this one big alligator about maybe 6.5 feet long, but it's in the same spot every day that I went out there. So
Yeah.
they're enjoying a little bit of sunlight. But the last few days have really been very beautiful and sunny paradise here.
Okay. All right. The snow's
Yeah.
gone. Snow's gone. Now it's 70 degrees and
Yeah.
pleasant. You're wearing
70.
You're wearing a T-shirt. I haven't worn only a T-shirt in many months at this point here. We're still.
I got this shirt at the
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
man.
it.
Last time I saw y'all when y'all got me up to the jamboree, that was a real highlight of my life, though, man.
Thank you.
I told you about this. It was just like I met so many great people, and the magical like feeling and that everyone's so talented. Even the people that were just there attending the festival, a lot of people are just so talented and like into the arts and performance, and everybody's naturally just entertaining and great people. I met so many good people there.
Warms my heart to hear you say that, and can't wait to have you back. Pencil us in for
Flight
2022.
back home, you remember that?
Yeah, I know.
Flight, I had to stay another week or something.
You know it's a good party when you miss your flight.
I stayed another week.
So here's the thing. I should have told you. We just last week started having a special drink of the week on this show. Last week, what did we have? Well, we had Canadian Caesars. That's an unusual drink. But this week we're having Sazeracs. Maybe you heard me talk. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. But it looks like you're drinking something like a Sazerac over there. What do you have?
I'm drinking Coca-Cola.
Well, that's a smart way to go.
I'm joking. I'm actually drinking Bacardi Silver and Coca-Cola.
Well, here's to you, my friend. Give us a couple tunes. I'll wave my hand if I need to talk.
Hanging out with one of my best friends and basically like a god uncle of the bayou, Mr. Tony Mouton.
Okay, Tony.
He lives right down the bayou from me, I'm talking 3 minutes from my house. So
Okay. Well, can't wait to hear you play. I'm going to have a sip here and listen to your tones.
yeah. Yeah, where we are right now on the Bayou Teche. This is where we're in the house where his great-great-grandparents lived and stuff, but also like back in the old days, the founders of this area, that was them. And the things that happened around here, there's a lot of spirit here. So when I play music around here, I can really feel it. It's pure, So let me play y'all some good old French Louisiana old-time music. This song's called La Jogo Plumbo. That means my whiskey on my saddle horn. Oui, mon cœur fait du mal, n'a plus personne qui veut m'aimer, plus personne qui veut me soigner. Toi, chérie, mais pour fatiguer Paris, joins ton bien-aimé, là-bas beaucoup loin. Moi j'ai jonglé, moi j'ai pleuré, oh Timon, tes parents sont tout contre moi. Ton papa était fâché, il t'a dit pour l'été grande. Ta maman était fâchée, ça m'a plaisé une grande bonne chère. N'avais si mal encore, tu peux merci à ton papa, ton œil pour séparer, tu peux merci à ta maman, ça m'a pris une bamboucheur, des bambouchés d'une barilotte, avec une jolie amour, et gardé dans la poche, Marie-Laisse. That's a good old whiskey song or drinking song. Dance all night with your bottle in your hand, your bottle in your hand, your bottle in your hand. Gonna dance all night with your bottle in your hand, your bottle in your hand, your bottle in your hand. Yeah. There's something called McGee's One Step. Something to take y'all way back in the woods for a second there.
Cedric, can you hear me?
Go.
Hey, Cedric.
Yeah.
I went to Louisiana. I learned how to two-step. Tell me about the one-step.
Well, that song was originally more like this. It was very quick, so people were just doing instead of like dancing 1, 2, 1, 2, they were just doing like a 1. So it's more like a kind of a just doing this, rocking together.
Right. It's too fast to get two in.
Just doing a 1. You know, just a 1. They didn't really have to like kill themselves and nothing.
Yeah.
They knew what to like how to dance to each song, you know.
Yeah, cool. Is there a Louisiana three-step I should be aware of before I end up hurting myself?
A 3-step.
Well, keep rolling yourself, man. It sounded so good. Really enjoying the music here. So just let her rip.
Now Riley and Spencer, they done burned dry. We ain't got no more liquor in this town. Oh, we ain't got no more liquor in this town. Lord, I sell you my shoes for a little bottle of booze. I drank it up, then lay right down and die. Lord knows I drank it up, then lay right down and die. Lord, I sell you my watch and I sell you my chain. I sell you my gold wedding ring. Lord knows I sell you my gold wedding ring. Oh, now Riley and Spencer, they done burned dry. They ain't got no more liquor in this town. Oh, they ain't got no more liquor in this town. Girl, you told me more lies than the stars in the sky, and you'll never get to heaven when you die. God knows you never get to heaven when you die. I wish I never kissed them ruby red lips or heard your lying tongue. I wish I never heard your lying tongue. Stump down the flowers all around my grave. They just gonna rise and they'll bloom again. They just gonna rise and they'll bloom again. I can eat more chicken than a pretty girl can fry, and I tell y'all no doggone lie. God knows I tell y'all no doggone lie. I can eat more fat meat than you can cook up in a week. Lord knows I tell y'all no doggone lie. Lord knows I tell y'all no doggone lie. Oh, now Riley and Spencer, they done burn dry. They ain't got no more liquor liquor in this town. Lord, we ain't got no more whiskey in this town. Yeah. My little triangle, ça t'a fait avec moi pas longtemps. Tu m'as dit tu voulais plus m'aimer. Aujourd'hui mon petit cœur fait du mal. C'est par rapport à toi mon little. Quand il oh yeah, toi jolie, t'as pas bien fait quand t'as quitté la maison. Daddy, donc depuis à l'âge de 15 ans, je t'ai roulé mon chamanche. Et pour t'avoir, mais j'ai pas pu. Comment donc tortiller dans la misère? Oh, il y a un champion joli cœur. C'est misérable tous les jours et tous les nuits. Oh, il y a toi, ton lit. Un monde on va faire la misère. Merci. There's a little something called the Louisiana Waltz, La Valse de la Louisiane. I got Tony right here, so thank goodness he's clapping and everything. I can hear him. And normally on Facebook Live, you're going to see all the applause and the hearts and the hands and everything. But I'm sure everybody's having a good time and making some noise.
Yeah, it sounded great, my friend. It sounded great.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Oh. It sounded great. So keep a couple more tunes coming our way, man. Sorry if I slowed you down there. You were just about to do it, but I just wanted to say.
You ain't slow nothing down.
Yeah. There's lots of good comments out on Facebook land, so people are loving it. Keep it coming.
All right. Let's see here.
There you go.
There's something called the Blue Runner Snake.
Okay. That's a good answer for me.
I'm gonna play a couple of accordions. Well, how about an accordion tune right there for y'all on time? A little something on a slower pace, a waltz for you. Et si tous les soirs, c'est moi qui la blesse. toi t'y pas voir,
Yeah, sounded good.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Yeah, sounded good. Thank you for being here at the kitchen table. So it was a snowy Mardi Gras. Has there ever been another snowy Mardi Gras before in your life? Oh,
Somebody's muted.
you're muted. Somehow you got muted there. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty cold, but in my lifetime, I've never seen snow on Mardi Gras. So yeah, that was my first snow on Mardi Gras.
What's going on with the bagpipes?
I'm trying to learn them, you know. So it's a long adventure.
And what kind of pipes do you have? Scottish pipes or Uilleann
I have
pipes?
the Scottish small pipes, and I also have the Spanish gaita, Asturiana.
Yeah.
But you should play a song, man, and then we'll talk about that in a minute.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play a song. Yeah. I play a song. You're gonna leave the room. You're gonna come back with a bagpipes. So I'll do a waltz since you did a waltz. Let it roll, let it swing, let it slide, let it step, and fall towards forgiveness. But I ain't fallen yet. Fall towards forgiveness. I was down in the bar. I fallen from the top. It wasn't different until I got up. Oh no, forgiveness. I went back for something I could not be without. All found was the bottom till it gave out. Falling out to forgiveness. Come back home, sunshine. Doors open yet. Fall where you want to. I just don't want to forget. Forgiveness. That's one there from my record called Still Kissing Last Night's Smoke-Stained Lips. Passing
Sounds
back
sweet.
over to Louisiana.
That sounds awesome, man.
Thank you.
Dude,
So the idea of this show here, Cedric, is that I play a set, you play a set, then like just when we're on the road and we're traveling around after the show, you go back to someone's house to stay, to crash, to get some rest. But there's always a few more songs at the kitchen table before you go to
Yeah,
bed.
that's true.
So that's where we're at now.
I'm
This
like,
is
God damn it.
we're in the anything goes situation here. You know, you can just play whatever you're feeling at the kitchen table after the gig.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna grab my accordion again since that's what I left off at the accordion, and I thought I brought my practice channel for my accordion. I mean my bagpipes, but I didn't. So
Okay. There's going to be certain...
let's see here. Back a little bit. I'm gonna play y'all a Hispanic tune from Dominican Republic, something called Juana Mecho. Juanita Mecho, que tú me tienes puesto. Juanita Mecho, que tú me tienes puesto. Anda en un beso, cuando me acuerdo. Anda en un beso, cuando me acuerdo. La quiero, y que me lo quita. La quiero, y que me lo quita. Yo me la llevé desde muchachita. Yo me la llevé desde jovencita. Juanita Mecho, que tú me tienes puesto. Ay, Juana Mecho, que tú me tienes puesto. Anda en un beso, cuando me acuerdo. Anda en un beso, cuando me acuerdo. La quiero, y que me lo quita. La quiero, y que me lo quita. Yo me la llevé de muchachita. Yo me la llevé, amigo, desde jovencita. Hola, 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 Navimar. Hola, 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 Navimar. Qué bonita ola para navegar. Qué bonita ola para navegar. Merci.
You're in.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to swap songs through the kitchen table because when you play, I feel like I don't have to do a fast one now. You know, I can relax and do a ballad. It's like we've covered the entertaining bit. Now we can have a guy just do a slow song.
Beautiful, I guess.
Where did you find that tune?
Yeah.
Where did you find that song, that tune there you just played?
The first time I heard that song was it was a guitar player who plays merengue music, and his name is Anthony Santos, and he's from Dominican Republic, and he's a very famous guitar player for bachata music and merengue. But merengue music and Louisiana music and Haitian music and all these different styles of music, they were all at one time very cousin and intertwined with each other. Because as you know, a lot of the families and bloodlines also come from those certain areas too.
Yeah.
But then that's the reason why those tunes, especially in New Orleans area, where the hub of like Afro, I guess you could say African people and Afro culture arrived in Louisiana, the hub of it would be New Orleans, which is evident to this day. So that's why you're going to hear a lot of these mambo rhythms and things like that, and carnival and these Mardi Gras rhythms are very, and jazz is very related to what you're going to hear from Haiti and Dominican Republic. But one thing that even in Louisiana history that you don't hear much is Napoleon sold Louisiana to America because of the Haitian slave revolt.
You know, they left that out of my childhood history books.
You don't hear about that so much, do you? So 11,000 people from that island ended up here in Louisiana, and at the time of the slave revolt, they call it, and it's the words I used, because I'm influenced by the way historians talk. But really, it was called the slave revolution or the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah.
So that's what they say, and that's the way I should be saying it. So what happened is the free people of color and favored slaves and slave masters came to Louisiana. With them, they brought a lot of different things to add on to what was already here. It was already Creole culture here and Cajun culture.
Yeah.
It was already here. So when they came, they brought, for example, the Acadians about maybe 50 years before them who came from Nova Scotia. They were exiled by the English, They brought certain skills and things with them and music styles and culinary things and especially cattle working and stuff too. They brought a lot of those things with them. Well, when they came here, there were people here. There were Creoles, and there were people of French descent, Spanish, and slave descent, Native American. So they gave a big blend to this area. Well, when it came to the time that Napoleon sold Louisiana to America, it became more English here, and people from other states were coming in and buying up the land and carpetbaggers and stuff later on, in the Civil War. But it was happening even before the Civil War. People were doing these things. But what saved the language in the Creole culture, which is what Louisiana always was the Haitian Revolution.
All right.
If they had never come, those 11,000 people, the architecture and the food and the language would have probably never survived. It would be, even if it did survive, it would have been even hell of a struggle more than it was in the 70s, to bring it back.
Love it.
So this is something that people are finally starting to say over the last 3 years and bring it out.
Okay.
It's evident that when these people arrived in such a mass number, they saved the language and the Creole culture because of the other people were coming in and buying up everything and taking over. It became America.
But there was such an influence from the Haitian people, they picked up on what was going on already with the Creole, and that gave it enough
So that's
momentum.
why you see a lot of double-doored houses and shotgun houses and things like that in Louisiana. It comes from the freed people of color brought that architecture to Louisiana. It became a fad because it spread all over Texas, Mississippi, everywhere else in the South.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the black part of town, you're going to see a lot of double doors and shotgun houses. Almost every state you go to, in the South.
2 front doors. That was you meant double doors?
Yeah, 2 doors, one on this side and one on that side. Then the shotgun gonna be very long. A long house.
So
a lot of
why would
times the back porch could be kind of identical to the front,
yeah?
but that was something that the Haitians brought to America.
And why would you have two front
They brought it
doors?
to Louisiana through New Orleans, but then everywhere else you see the same thing in certain parts of town. So it shows you that it spread, like
Yeah.
it just spread all over and became like a part of American. They say shotgun. They came up with their own like kind of like story that you could shoot a gun from the front door and it go out the back, but
Yeah.
really it's called a shogun. That's the name of that house. It's a shogun.
okay.
It's from Haiti.
It's really okay. That's shotgun was just a bad.
It was
bad
a way,
ears.
kind of like calling
Yeah.
a Cajun
Yeah.
instead of an Acadian when he's
Yeah,
really
right.
an Acadian or Acadian, but Cajun kind of came out of like
Right.
you know,
English-ified
English
version.
people.
English ears with French words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like an Indian. If you say, you know, Western movies, you know, them Indians over there, them Indians. You know, so Acadian, Cajun,
Yeah.
them
Okay.
Indians, them Indians. You know, they put that J in there, kind of like shortened it.
Well, I'm going to give one more song, then you'll have one more song, and then it will be time for what we do here at the kitchen table, Stump the Band. So, we don't know how that's going to go after that.
You gonna
So,
stump us?
they're going to try to stump us. Someday, the technology was such that we can play together, but if we actually try to play together, it turns into a big old weird mess. Yeah. You look good. I always love that dress. You always will. All the years pass. It's alright. Sun was shining on your long hair. Last time it was winter, I didn't care. It's alright. I had my chance, you had your chance too. We were kind, we were fools. It's alright. We had a party last night, dinner in the garden, candles on the table, one sing, one song. I was wishing you could be here. Love it, love you. And when everyone was gone, I sang one more song. recorded song of mine. Actually, it's recorded on a live record from the 2018 Jamboree that I'm going to release at some point once I get... Well, I was about to say once I get my act together. Perhaps I'll just say when the stars align. And we're heading back to Cedric if he's in the house here for one more blast. And then it will be time to stump the band. We got a great caller. He's waiting in the waiting room to stump us. I don't know if he can, but we'll get one more song from Cedric before we get into the craziness of Stump the Band.
All right. I'm gonna sing a tune called well, you'll know it when you hear it because it's a blues tune. Most people would know by the Rolling Stones, but it's actually a tune from the 1920s, but it's probably more popular before then, called "Baby Please Don't Go." Oh baby, please don't go. Oh baby, please don't go. Oh baby, please don't go back to New Orleans, 'cause I love you so. I heard your man done gone. I heard your man done gone. I heard your man done gone down on the county farm where his ass belong. Run away with me. Run away with me. Run away with me across the deep blue sea where we need to be. Girl, I'll be your dog. Girl, I'll be your dog. Girl, I'll be your dog and let you walk me home where I can bury my bones. Turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low. I love you all night long. You ain't gonna wanna go. Everybody sing it together out there, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Baby, please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go back to New Orleans, 'cause I love you so.
Yeah! I love it. Love it, man. Sounds so good. I was playing along with you over here.
Yeah, take him back in the gutter one time, huh?
I want to audition to be a rhythm guitar player, but I got to do some rehearsal before I come to the audition here.
It won't take much.
I was working on it. I was working on it over here. All right, so we started doing this to have a little fun, you know, because it's like here we are. We're at the kitchen table. It's stretching all the way over to Dublin tonight. It's up to Canada tonight, down to Louisiana. And we have somebody coming in from the Seattle area, and I believe he's in Bothell or maybe Lake Forest Park, which is just outside Seattle. And he's a good friend at the kitchen table. His name is Bruce. Bruce, are you on the line?
Hi.
That sounds like maybe it's Catherine on the line.
Well, it'll be Bruce. We have Mr. Bosley for your call, sir.
We've got both Catherine and
Hello?
Bruce, and they're working in tandem here, and they're going to have a request for Cedric and myself. We're going to see if the band can honor the request coming in from Lake Forest Park. Bruce, are you there?
Oh, yes. How are you, Robert?
Very good, very good. Are you drinking Cedric Sarazin Sazeracs tonight?
Actually, I'm drinking Deschutes red chairlift ale tonight.
Well, that sounds effective.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's doing
Bacardi
the job.
Silver.
And,
Good for you.
And
Nice
Bruce,
Nice to see you again, Cedric and David. How is everybody?
Good to see you.
Bruce, were you at the
I
Jamboree?
can hear you. Yeah.
Did you see Cedric at the Jamboree, Bruce?
Yes, and it was fabulous.
Excellent, excellent. Well, so then, Bruce, you're primed, and I have to ask you this. Have you ever attempted to stump the band before?
No, I haven't.
So when you are out in the world, are you the type of person who is going to be shouting, "Baby, please don't go," at Cedric when he's on stage? Or are you the person who's elbowing the person next to the person who's shouting, "Please don't go," when Cedric's on stage?
I think I'm the one shouting.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, then we got the person here to request. So you have 3 requests. You say them all at once. Cedric and I listen to the requests. We think about them, and then we do the best we can. And as our regular listeners always know, mixed results of what we've been able to pull off. So let us have it, Bruce.
Okay, this is for Cedric from your 2010 album, Creole Moon.
I feel old, bro. So what's up?
The corner post.
The corner post. Okay.
All right, so Bruce is going to give us
Cajun Waltz.
Bruce is going to give us all 3, Cedric, before you jump in.
The corner post.
Yeah, but before you jump in, he's going to say his other request. That way, I have a chance to think of something, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what else you got, Bruce?
Oh, okay. For Robert, I have Phil Oakes, The Highwayman.
Yeah.
Good request. What's number 3?
Dave Van Rock. He was a friend of mine.
Oh, beautiful song. Beautiful
Now,
song.
when you say the highwayman, are you talking about like I was a coal miner and I died one day? That song?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
Do you know that one, Cedric?
Oh, you're up, Dave, Robert.
All right. No, you're going to have to do both of those, and I'll do Dave Van Rock.
All right. I know one.
All right.
I'll just do like a little number.
Hey, Bruce, thanks so much for those requests. Great requests. We're going to do the best we can with them. And
I have a real fan too, so I'm listening. Like he knew 2010. Like I forgot how long it's been.
I think I met Cedric about 2010 at the Black Pot Festival, and I went to buy a CD from him after his gig, and he talked me out of swapping the hat on my head for the CD. And
Okay.
you
I'm about
did.
to play the song for you. You ready? I mean, I haven't played this in like years.
Somebody's muted.
Oh, Cedric is muted. Oh.
You're muted. You're muted. Muted.
That was my fault.
Excuse me. There it goes. Good, because that sounded like trash. All I was trying to say was let me refresh over it and see if I can. So it goes. Okay, I'm ready. It goes like this. That's about as close as I can do it, because I think the last time I played that could have been like 4 or 5 years ago.
Nice. That's why we're around the kitchen table. Anything goes.
You about to stump me, man.
I'm aware of Phil Oakes' song "The Highwayman," but it sounds like you might actually know it. And the highwayman came riding. That's
I
all
wish
got.
I can know the words though if you sing it, you know.
Yeah, I can't sing it.
We got to name all these like traditional, you know. I was a horseshoe maker.
Okay.
Then I dropped a hammer on my toe.
Okay. All right.
Somehow I ended up dying, but I'll always be around. Something like that.
I'm gonna give Dave Van Ronk a little go here. It's not gonna be complete. I may have to finish it up next week. We'll see how it goes. But
You know that song, huh?
I do know the song, but I kind of know his third request.
The bastards hung me in the spring of 25.
And the highwayman came riding.
I remember that one because the way he said it. I mean, I got an uncle that his voice sounded a little. He could sing if he wanted to, but he didn't know this. I never thought of it at the time. But his voice, my uncle Robert, could sound like Willie Nelson's if he wanted to. You know. He was a good singer, but I could hear him singing these songs. You know.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to leave Highwayman for another day. We've given Bruce everything everything we can give him for Highwayman. So I'm going with request number 3.
Back Road Boys. Highwaymen, Back Road Boys.
He was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Never caused no trouble, didn't leave a debt behind. He was a friend of mine. He died on the road. He died on the road. Where he'd been, nobody knows. He died on the road. He was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Never caused trouble over mine. He was a friend of mine. Well, a little blast of it anyways. Dave Van Ronks, he was a friend of mine, also done by Dylan, but I did learn Dave Van Ronks' version at one time. Send that out always. Douglas Stranger, we sang that at his wake. We sang, he was a friend of mine. So, well, let's bring Cedric back on. Maybe we get one more blast from Cedric, a song of his choice. It's been such a joy to have him here, and then we'll take it out. Cedric, can you give us one more blast before you go?
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, play him something.
Somebody scream! Toute la vie danser, ouais, c'est tous les jours, tous les soirs. Somebody scream!
Cedric, thank you so much for coming to the kitchen table. Sounding so good.
Robert, thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
It's really great to see you. And everybody out there, you know, throw the tips in the tip jar, and I'm going to spread them out, and I'll be sending Cedric the money there for the tip jar. So don't worry that his tip jar wasn't up there. It all goes in one jar, and then I spread it out.
Oui, merci beaucoup.
Everybody's used to that program here at the kitchen table, and so excited to hear your music, and Probably not this summer, because this summer is going to be some version of crazy, but let's have you back at the Jamboree in 2022.
Yes.
It seems
Can't
a long
wait,
ways
man.
away, but it's going to be there. There will be good times again. There will be singing and dancing and sharing food and drink. And until then, we just need to keep the spirits up, and you've helped us do that tonight.
We'll be drinking L and raising hell.
All right. So stay here in the Zoom, and we'll have a chat after the show. But we'll say goodbye to the audience now, and thank you so much for being on the show, my friend. Really special to see you.
It's on me.
We're coming into St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to get in that zone a little bit here before we go away. Especially with Cedric doing all the trad tunes down there, puts me in the mood to do a little trad. Got this song from Planksty about a sailor who comes home and his gal is gone. Once I was a wait, lived at home at ease. Now I am a mariner who sails the stormy seas. I always loved seafaring life, bid me love it too. Shipped as a steward and cooked me boys aboard the Kangaroo. And I never thought she would prove false or even prove it true. We sailed away from Boundary Bay aboard the Kangaroo. Say, when you are in a foreign land and I am far away, take this lovely triply bit and let it bear in mind the love and trust and faithful heart you leave the tears behind. And I never thought she would false or even prove untrue. We sailed away to Bellingham Bay aboard the Kangaroo. So bitterly, she sobbed, she tried, she choked, she cried, she could not say goodbye. But I won't be gone very long, about a month or two. When I do return again, of course I'll visit you. And I want to say she would be lost or even proven true. We sailed away from Boundary Bay aboard the Kangaroo. Our ship, it was homeward bound, many's the foreign shore, and many's the foreign present unto my love. I had tortoises from Tenerife and ties from Timbuktu, a China rat, a Bengal cat, and a Bombay cockatoo. I never thought she would prove false or even prove true when we sailed away from Boundary Bay aboard the Kangaroo. Place above the town, where an ancient babe upon a line is hanging up her gown. Where is my love? She's vanished, sir, about 6 months ago. The smart young man who drives the van in Chaplin's summer patrol. And I never thought she would be false or even proven true. We sailed away from Boundary Bay aboard the Kangaroo. Suds and blue, hearts true love, a patent star to wash and sew too. I must be gone away from here, no longer can I stay. With some China Hottentot, I'll waste my life away. And I never thought she would prove false or even prove true. Sail away from was no foolish girl, her age it was to score. My love, she was no spinster, she'd been married twice before. And I cannot say it was her wealth that stole me heart away. The washer in a laundry, Lord, and night day. And I never thought she would prove false, dream, prove true as we sail away from Boundary Bay. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and sitting with us at the kitchen table. Where are we? It's March, the 7th of March. We have a great show next week. We have our friends from Portland joining us. Irish band called Biddy on the Bench. And then March 17th, St. Patrick's Day itself, we'll be doing a special show, 5 to 8. Where our brother Jan Peters will be joining the band, and we'll be separating out so as to not be in each other's aerial zone. Really looking forward to the St. Patrick's Day. Haven't played with Jan in a very long time. Also next week, on the 14th, that will be 1 year since our very first live stream. Before we had the kitchen table, we did Saturday, March 14th last year. So 1 year of doing these live streams in some capacity. And in May, some point, we're going to be on our 50th show, our 50th kitchen table. Do we have any other announcements, David?
I don't think so.
What's to say? I wish I knew. I should have asked Cedric. Cedric probably has something coming up. Cedric, if you're still on the line there, put in the comments for the show anything you have coming up so that people will know they can tune in. Go to Cedric's site. He's got his albums there. Like his page on Facebook. My God, he's the greatest. And he could use your like on Facebook. If you like his page on Facebook, then you'll get the notifications of when he's doing something. Get a record of his. You won't be disappointed, I'll tell you that right now. Hey, while you're at it, if you haven't clicked like on my Facebook page, I recommend that as well. So that's it. And then after St. Patrick's Day, we're taking a pause, what the Germans would call a pause. We're going to take 3 Sundays off. Give us a chance to catch our breath. We're going to transition into the summer kitchen table. In April, we'll still be indoors, but coming into May, we're going to be broadcasting from different backyards around Bellingham. If you have a backyard and you can invite a very small, vaccinated, socially distanced audience to your backyard this summer, get a hold of us and we'll let you know. Work you into our schedule. We're looking forward to playing in front of small amounts of real live people while we continue to play for all of you out there at your kitchen tables in Buffalo and in Dublin City and in Germany and wherever you may be.
Speaking of Buffalo, Robert, Kimberly wants to know what the cocktail next week will be.
Oh man, you see, this is it. This show is raw. We don't have our act together. This isn't scripted. Well, Kimberly, I gotta say, this is a good question. And it just seems like in preparation for St. Patrick's Day, we should be drinking whiskey. Neat.
Your dad will be happy about that.
Irish whiskey, or, in the name of not shipping things all over the country, all over the world, and embracing localism, local whiskey. Whatever local whiskey you may have in your town, and then people can share in the comments. So if you have a local whiskey you want to share with yourself to your lips and with us in the comments, next week we'll be drinking whiskey straight. And if you want it in preparation of St. Patrick's Day, be drinking Irish whiskey, well, we never see a problem with that. Thank you very much, everybody. We always leave the show with this one. Thanks to Cedric. Please put a few bucks in the jar. He's raising his daughter down there. I'm raising my daughter up here. We're a couple musicians with daughters, which means a couple of tips would be helpful. Hey, there he is. Yeah, I got my earpiece out. Do you have your earpiece in? I see you, Cedric, but I can't hear you right now. I'll put the earpiece in and we can hear what you're saying. Come again?
Like I should have had my daughter in my lap and say,
Oh,
feed the starving children of Acadiana.
That's a good shit. Do you have any performances coming up we should tell everybody about?
You know, I don't have any tours or anything like that, but I may, let's see,
Any live streams coming up?
while we're talking.
Yeah.
Live streams, like I said earlier today, I said, like live streams, I do those whenever I just feel like the music, I can express the music good.
Can the
I'm
audience
not in
hear?
the spirit or in the mood.
Okay.
Why would I want to, like, you know, I want to be able to play and really express it and love it. So that's why I only do them maybe like once or twice a week, mainly once a week,
Uh-huh.
if even.
And if
but I have
people,
some gigs coming up here.
if people like your Facebook page, then they'll have a chance of hearing you when you're doing your stream.
Definitely, definitely.
Perfect.
So
Cedric, have you? Go ahead now.
I have some gigs here, mainly coming from other places, like what I'm doing now, like playing live on Zoom and Facebook. You know.
When's the next one so people could tune in? People maybe have heard you now for the first time and want to follow along.
It's called Sugar Maple Festival,
All right.
and they're gonna have me play on the 12th. It's gonna be live on my Facebook page at around like 5:30 or 6, but you'll see it, a post about it.
We're talking about the 12th of March?
The 12th of March, that's right.
All right. 12th of March.
And you know, I'm looking at my calendar here, and I really don't have gigs. I don't know how this is crazy. So I'm really gonna have to like probably play more live on Facebook or something, you know, and make bullwhips.
Yeah.
Because you know I make those and sell them too.
Yeah, if anybody out there wants a bullwhip, this is the man who can make you a bullwhip right here.
Yeah.
How do they find you? Cedric Watson at cedricwatson.com?
Ignore that one because it's been around for a few years and somehow I got locked out of it and I can't figure out how to like cancel it or whatever. So ignore cedricwatson.com. I don't really have a website. I'm a hillbilly. So you can go to Facebook and Instagram.
you're an Instagram hillbilly.
Something like that, you know.
Right.
I'm just kind of old school but new school, a little bit of everything.
Well, you're a brilliant musician and you're a good friend, and it's really nice to have your music here.
I love you, man. Thank you for having me, Robert.
Yeah. We always close the show with a song from a friend of ours, Hank Waddell in Cork City, Ireland. I bet you've toured Ireland before, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been to Cork City?
Oh,
If you're ever there on a Monday night, go into a bar called Charlie's, and Hank and Ray play there every Monday night. Unless there's a pandemic, then they don't play. But you can find there, and he played the song. I was in Charlie's bar listening to Hank and Ray on a Monday night. I think the song was over before I realized my chin was full of tears. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for being at the kitchen table. Well, it's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. Back to life, you're back out of your bed. It's great to see you. Was that your ghost? You thought you were gone, burnt toast. It's great to see you. Whisper nothing, sing softly in my ear. Try not to cut you, the moment that's here. Shadow at night, be feelings clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Thank you, everybody, joining us at the kitchen table. Our Sunday tradition. We're going to keep it rolling into the spring and into the summer. Cedric Watson joining us. We got video on the bench next week. St. Patrick's Day will be St. Patrick's Day, even if we have to eat our own corned beef and cabbage in our own kitchens. It won't be this way forever.